All right, here's our last video for the lesson. We're going to write an equation of a parabola given a graph this time. So we're told the height of a thrown ball is a quadratic function of the time it has been in the air. So anytime you throw a ball and it comes back down, you can see because of gravity it goes up, returns back down. It does make a parabolic shape, which is why this fits with a quadratic function. The graph of the quadratic function is the parabolic path of the ball. Oh, I just said that. Okay. The vertex of the graph is 1, 20. So we could have figured that out by looking at the graph over 1, up 20. There's our vertex right there. And the path of the ball includes the point 0, 4. What is an expression that defines this function? Write the quadratic equation in vertex form and in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Again, that's standard form, and we're going to focus on that some more in probably the next lesson. But we are just getting a sneak peek at it here. So write the equation in vertex form. So remember, vertex form looks like a times x minus h squared plus k. They gave us the vertex. The vertex is 1, 20. So there's your h and your k value. So I'm going to go ahead and plug those in. Y equals a times x, it's a positive 1, so it's going to be a negative 1 in parentheses, and then plus 20. So this would be our equation in vertex form, except we just don't know the a value. That's where that extra point that they gave us is going to help us out. So we have the other ordered pairs, 0, 4. There's an x, there's a y that we can plug into our equation. So we're going to place the y with a 4. 4 equals a times, because we don't know that, but our x we're going to replace with a 0 from that ordered pair. 0 minus 1 squared plus 20. And then we'll just go ahead and simplify this. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. And then negative 1 squared, just make sure we're aware if anytime we square a negative number, it is going to become positive. So 4 is equal to 1 times a, or just a, plus 20. We'll subtract 20 from both sides, so our a value is a negative 16. So our equation in vertex form, because they asked for that first, is y equals, let's see, our a value is negative 16, and then we have x minus 1 squared plus 20, using the vertex that we plugged in right there. Okay, they also want us to write this equation in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So I'll just go ahead and say, hey guys, that is standard form. So how do we get vertex form into standard form? We saw this at the end of the last video. We're just going to take our vertex form and multiply it out. So we're going to take our y equals negative 16, that x minus 1 squared. I'm just going to go ahead and write out that binomial x minus 1 times x minus 1 plus 20 on the end. We're going to go ahead and multiply out that x minus 1 times x minus 1. If you multiply it out off on the side, you get an x squared minus x plus 1. Combine those like terms, you get x squared minus 2x plus 1, and then plus 20. We'll go ahead and distribute that negative 16, so we get negative 16x squared plus 32x minus 16, and then plus 20 on the end. And then we have our like terms to combine. I was calling this y equals. Maybe I'll just throw in an f of x equals, just so we make sure we're seeing all of our notation. F of x equals negative 16x squared plus 32x, and then negative 16 plus 20 is a positive 4. So that's our standard form. That's that y equals ax squared plus bx plus c.